Monday evening, everybody, and welcome back to another video. And I got quite a few videos that I want to try and get through tonight. But the first one I'm going to bring you is my review on Insidious, the Red Door. So I saw this on Friday, and it's the fifth and final entry to the Insidious franchise. So this is basically Insidious Chapter 3 without the existence of Chapter 3 and the Last Key. So what I mean is that this movie goes back to the Lambert family, which was the central family in the first two Insidious movies. So I went into this not knowing a lot about Insidious. I just know it's kind of like a PG-13 Conjuring. So it's another haunted house franchise. And this movie picks up where the son goes to college and his dad is trying to get closer with him, and the spirits from the further haunt them both. So I haven't seen the Insidious franchise in quite some time. I really wish I would have watched all four leading up to 5, but I just didn't have time, so I'm kind of like foggy on it. But this movie is one of two things. It's a ghost story, but it's also a teen drama. And this was decent, but far from the best horror movie I've seen this year. I will tell you this, it kind of was a little bit better than The Boogeyman, because I didn't hear a lot of chatter. But it took a while for me to get into this movie. I found it to be a little bit boring at first, but I will tell you what, Patrick Wilson definitely made this movie pretty well, because this is his directorial debut, and he is the main father of Dalton, which is the kid. So essentially, they both, I don't even know how to explain this movie. They basically astral project or something, which is kind of like an out-of-body experience, and that's how they go into the further to see all these entities. The only thing about this movie that was very disappointing, there's barely any further. And the subtitle is The Red Door. The Red Door don't even come in until about 20 minutes before the movie ends. This movie was kind of frustrating, but I will say that it was better than The Boogeyman. So I will have to do a refresh on this franchise sometime soon, so I can follow it more. But the main entity in this one is kind of like a repeat from the first one. And it's like the red-faced demon that calls, or that was called the lipstick demon. And Yeah. Well, and there's also a father-son dynamic throughout this whole movie, and that comes full circle when this movie wraps up because Patrick Wilson actually sees his dad in the further, and he just gets released. Overall, this movie was fine, but it's far from my favorite horror franchise because it is kind of confusing. Let's just say I like The Conjuring a lot better. But like I said, I do want to watch this whole series again and maybe get like a better perspective on it. But I just saw this movie on a whim. So overall, Insidious, The Red Door for me, I'm sitting at like a C minus for now. It's perfectly watchable if you're a fan of it, but I'm more of like a casual fan, and I was kind of lost throughout. But it's still perfectly watchable. So those are my thoughts on Insidious The Red Door. And the next movie I want to talk about is going to be Sound of Freedom. So you'll see that review here in a minute. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios. Peace.